Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and we are here for our 100th episode of Merfolk on this channel. And what would a 100th episode be without my brother here?
I'm back.
He's back.
I was supposed to be gone longer, but things happen.
He's back to give us his very beautiful, colorful commentary. And boy, will it be colorful, because this deck is colorful. We are playing WUBRG Merfolk in Modern. But before we get into that, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And, you know, for all your Pauper needs, you go check out Austin Hoey's Pauper Ponderings on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And as usual, I have a million new patrons setting the wave even higher. Absolutely love it. I would like to thank all my new and returning patrons, starting with David A. Lippy, Raymond He, Rebecca Garth, Mark Formant, Alan Begolo Wyatt, Crisley Bear, Amador Cavazos, Leong Wong, Ferrere Clarence, Bruce Runnels, James Sheehan, and Dana B. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon, supporting the channel, and supporting Merfolk. And if Merfolk is what you're after and you love colorful Merfolk, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So for the 100th episode, we've gone, we're gonna try something a little, flavorful here. And turns out Merfolk has been printed in all colors. They're not just blue. There are many different colors of Merfolk. And, we've heard about the Simic Merfolk recently, but you know what? We got blue-red, blue-black, and even blue-white Merfolk. There's actually quite a few blue-white Merfolk out there. So let me tell you what we're doing here. Yeah, we're playing with Wistful Selkie. This is like Silvergill Adept, but for 3 mana. And this is real. So, when you think of Silvergill Adept, you have to look at this guy. This is the fair version of Silvergill Adept. It really should be 3 mana, not 2, but we get to cheat it by revealing a Merfolk card from our hand to get that enter the battlefield, draw a card ability. 3 Devotion, excellent with Master of Waves. This is going to be hilarious. This plus Master of Waves will completely be lights out against most of our opponents. We've got also in the Simic chamber, we have got Kumena, Tyrant of Erazka. It can help us draw cards, make himself unblockable, and also put +1/+1 counters on all our Merfolk. We have Jori N, Ruin Diver, legendary creature. Whenever you cast your second spell, each turn, draw a card. So finally, we have some use for those extra Ether Vials. They can turn into cantrips much later on in the game. We've got Sig, River Cutthroat, a card a lot of people love. It's a bit of a win-more card, but still it's quite good when it's on. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn, you may draw a card. So actually that's going to put people in difficult situations when they want to fetch for a shock land, because that's likely going to net us a card. And then lastly, we got this thing called Pure Sight Marrow. I was very interested in this card when researching this deck. I wanted to play like Sig River Guide, but it looked like I couldn't put enough white sources in the deck to make it work. In fact, yeah, I took out the Sig, so let's get rid of those Wanderwine hubs.
Aether Vial is a spell?
Aether Vial is a spell. Oh, and I'm missing... Do you know what we could have in here? Manamo and Oboro. Here we go. Manamo will be excellent in this deck. We have legendary creature, legendary creature, legendary creature. And Oboro is... There we go. So, yeah, we're going to play with this Pure Sight Marrow. Very interesting card. It has this ability that when you have to pay a blue and untap it. Untap it, so you can attack and then use its ability to untap it. You look at the top card of your library and you may exile that card. It's very interesting. Because it's sort of like a it's like a scrying effect almost. You look at the top card of your library and you may exile that thing or not. So our opponents aren't going to get any advantage with putting cards in our graveyard like Tarmogoyf or Scavenging Ooze, and it helps us block. Actually, I thought this was very, very interesting. I had never heard of this thing before, and I'm be very interested to see how it pans out. I did play with it in a test game and worked exactly like, you know, it says on the card.
Yeah, except you don't know what card it potentially exiled.
Well, yeah, it didn't reveal it to me. It just like said in the chat box. I missed it. We're going to be playing with Tideshaper Mystic and a bunch of Spreading Seizes. I have no idea how many of these effects we need, given that we have Kumena, Tyrant of Erasca in the deck. But I assume that we're still going to want it. So, yeah, this is going to be the deck, and we are going to test it out in a friendly league. I'll see you there.
He mulliganed.
That's good news. We're on the draw, though. Our hand is, like, playable, though. We've got a Trickster. We can hopefully Trickster into Jori N, and then, like, play Silvergill Adept, draw a land, and then... Oh, we're up against Tron. What do we have against her? Oh, that was pretty good. As good as it was going to get. Ether Vial.
We're still playing Tron.
Oh yeah, that's not going to stop anytime soon.
2018.
Walking Ballista for 1. Oh, we got the Pure Sight Marrow. It will survive a Walking Ballista. Why not?
Can Trickster target the Ballista or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Trickster can target anything.
Well, as long as it's a creature.
But it will just turn it into nothing. Nothing will happen. Okay, let's get our Pure Sight Marrow on. In fact, let's use white mana to do it. If I play Silvergill Adept, it's just going to die to the Walking Ballista. I would rather try to get into play some other way. Oh, this is Eldrazi Tron. Eldrazi Tron!
Well, that's your ace against Tron right there.
It is useful. Okay, let's attack. I don't know if there's anything in this deck that Eldrazi Tron wants to dismember. I think I'm going to start by Spreading Seizing something.
Yes.
Yes? You like the sound of that?
Well, they need lands to do their thing.
And I also need lands to curve out in order to cast things like Jori N. Oh, hold on. What did I hit?
It's more important that you
cancel. We're going to hit the Urza's Mine. I think that was the second thing that got played. Turn 2, yeah, Urza's Mine. So there's less. They are less likely to. I think they have more Urza's. The first thing that they play usually is the Urza land that they have the most of. And there's Unclaimed Territory. So we can play Jori N next turn. And then hopefully we can start drawing some serious coin off that guy. Or girl. I think it's a girl.
Maybe like a frog, you can go either way.
Well, there's not serious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Master of the Pearl Trident in play. That'll allow us to play Silvergill Adepts without them getting eaten by the Walking Ballista. And also will allow us to keep putting pressure on our opponent through Island Walk. Island Walk is very important against Eldrazi Tron. I would prioritize getting the Lords in play before Silvergill Adepts. Like, I'm in no rush to put these Silvergill Adepts in play. They're so weak to Walking Ballista. They're not... Island Walk is not important. Island Walk is important. Card advantage is not important in this matchup. It's card quality that's important. Now, one problem is that they do have the Ghost Quarter, so they can blow up the Urza's Mine at any time. They took the Jori N. They don't trust it. They don't trust Jori N at all. They don't want to know what's going to happen. So we could just empty our hand. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll show the Merfolk Trickster. They don't know about... Oh no, they know about the entire hand. Wistful Selkie. Alright. Now, I could use the Pure Sight Marrow to start looking at the top card of my library, but I think it's just better to get more creatures in play. I think it's better to do that.
Maybe.
Another Pure Sight Marrow. So I could tap down the Thought-Knot Seer and attack for 5. I don't think that's worth it. I would rather Merfolk Trickster it at end of turn. Because there is a likelihood that this Ghost Quarter is going to eat the Urza's Mine in the future. In a very short future. The other alternative is that they're going to Walking Ballista, adding a counter.
No.
No, they didn't do any of these things? Alright, that's fine. So now we're going to Trickster the Thought-Knot Seer. And even if Walking Ballista...
Uh-oh. What are you doing, fool? Stop.
Oh, they're putting a counter on here. Which is fine. So if they eat the Master of the... They're doing this now so they can kill the Master of the Pearl Trident. But if they do that, I'm going to tap down Thought-Knot Seer. We're going to hit for 8. There's nothing wrong with that. How do you feel about hitting for 8?
Sounds great. 8 is great.
We just keep this at 2. I can hard cast the Wistful Selkie. No big deal. We have another Spreading Seas. Which means we probably hit the... Well, we don't need Island Walk right now, to be honest. Yeah, we don't need Island Walk.
Still, if it was me, I'd like to screw him over twice by getting rid of that other.
Maybe playing Wistful Selkie was better. So what we're going to do is we're going to artificially scry with this guy, the Pure Sight Marrow. So we're going to look at the top card. Master of the Pearl Trident has entered the revealed card zone, and that's why it might have been better to play the Wistful... Oh no, I didn't want to play the Wistful Selkie because I need to scry first. That's right, okay. So, no, I don't want to use its ability. We're going to keep that Master of the Pearl Trident on the top of our deck. We're going to still hit for 8. This is a very interesting card. I think this is a very useful card. I think this is the most useful janky card that I learned out of all these weird janky cards. So we're going to play the Wistful Selkie. We're going to draw another card. We're going to draw the Master of the Pearl Trident. This feels like very classic Merfolk. Eldrazi Temple. What are you going to do with that? Reality Smasher?
You called it, folks.
Oh, who cares? Oh yeah, Island Walk is back online.
Resignation in 3.
Oh no,
2.
They don't. They have a Ghost Quarter, but they don't know that it's useless. Oh, they don't even care.
Told you. When I start the countdown.
Well, what would happen? So they. Oh, they can't kill this. Oh yeah, I guess they can blow up the island, but they still lose to the. Lose to just creatures. Okay, so we might bring in some Unified Wills. We're definitely going to bring in Dismember. We're definitely going to take out Spell Pierce. We definitely actually think the rest of this deck is fine. I don't know if there's anything I want to do here. Maybe take out an unclaimed territory? Or not an unclaimed territory. We'll take out Island, because we're on the draw. I think I'm fine with that. Unified Will is fine. But I don't want to take out any of the WUBRG cards, so we're going to leave it as it is. Tide Shaper Mystic. Going to ruin their lives. Lords. Lords are great. Lords by themselves can win this match. They keep. We keep. Let's do this. Expedition map. Oh, just on time.
Yeah, no kidding.
I call your expedition map and raise you a Spreading Seas. That's right. I string bet. Oh no! Aw, it's poorly timed, Aether Vial.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do. Certainly can't have them have Tron. Should have attacked first. No big deal. I doubt they're going to dismember this Tide Shaper Mystic. Uh-oh. That can be a problem.
I don't even know what that is.
A problem.
I don't think I've ever seen this card.
I'm going to start off with Ether Vial. Oh, they can get Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, I'm going to play Ether Vial. Because our hand is quite loaded. And I think it would just be the most efficient if we keep drawing gas, we're going to want this Ether Vial. It'll help us empty our hand. It's interesting, they didn't use the Expedition map. They're waiting. Oh, I guess maybe they're waiting for another Tron land. That's an interesting strategy. That will be useful. Assuming they don't play a Walking Ballista. Okay, let's start playing Lords. They also might want to use the Expedition map to go find Ghost Quarter. Urza's Tower. Okay, so you're going to have 1 billion mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mana is a lot of mana. That's a problem. No, it's not. We have Dismember. That was actually one of the best things that could have got cast. That was definitely that was beautiful. We have the answers. The Endbringer will come to an end, but boy, do I wish we had one more. Wish we had more mana. And that's the manabase.com Get Dunked On instant replay. All his dust is a very serious threat now, so I'm just going to attack for 4. If I attack for 4, put him to 12, I can put a Lord of Atlantis in play and then threaten the win anyway by emptying our hand of Lords. So this is still a victory. But if I were to put a Lord of Atlantis into play now, then they could just play all his dust and I'd be very sad. Equip.
So what does the Caller do?
Oh, they have Ghost Quarter anyway. But do we have Tide Shaper Mystic? Caller gives the creature Death Touch and
that's not good.
All sorts of other bad stuff. Death Touch and Lifelink.
Lifelink bad.
Lifelink bad.
Lifelink is one of the jankiest mechanics of this game. I'm going to call it.
Now what do I do? And now this thing can snipe our 2 creatures down a turn. But we have like 1 million Lords in our hand. So we need...
What do you have? I don't know.
Merfolk Trickster would win. No, they played a Ghost Quarter from their hand, so they can just blow up this thing. But I do have Tide Shaper Mystic, but if I use the Tide Shaper Mystic, then I can't attack. Wistful Selkie.
Pump everything up and blow them out. Just go for it.
They can kill 2 creatures a turn. It's not pleasant. This thing is a sniper. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. Endbringer. If anyone doesn't know, yeah, it untap Endbringer during each other player's untap step. So they can use this thing basically twice before they untap. They can tap it, deal 1 damage to any target. With Death Touch, it's just going to kill it on the spot, and target creature can't attack or block this turn, or they can pay 2, tap, draw a card. Pretty strong. They have all his dust. I don't know if we can play around all his dust anymore. I don't know if putting them to 2 matters either, though. So let's say next turn they shoot something, then shoot something again. I still put a Lord in play. Yeah, I think this is enough. I don't have to overcommit anything to this board.
Whatever he's going to do, he's got to do it quickly.
Yeah. Actually, there's some interesting things they can do. So I guess they can go for another Ghost Quarter. Also, they can try to shoot down my Tide Shaper Mystic. Do you know what? I regret it. I should have put them to 2, because I didn't account for the amount of life that this thing might gain. See, they're going to gain life. Matter Reshaper.
Doesn't matter, Reshaper.
2 Ghost Quarters. Keep this on 2 still. Well, that's good news.
As my brother said, this game and the MTGO clan gets very interesting when you just remove all text from a card.
It doesn't know what to do. Okay, so in response to the Endbringer, well, they're still going to gain lifelink, I guess, and Death Touch. I can't deal with this Basilisk Collar. I can tap down the Matter Reshaper, though. Okay, so I can play Master of the Pearl Trident, attack with everything. Tap this thing down. Okay, you kill one thing. Block another. And I think you still take lethal. So I think that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to play for. And we're still going to just attack with everything. And I'm just not going to let the Endbringer block. Shoot.
Could you, though?
Shoot.
You got the island.
Block. That should be enough. Yeah, Merfolk Trickster is going to win this thing for us.
Good luck, have fun.
That's right. You can have all the Endbringers you want, all the Basilisk Collars. And if they have Dismember, like they just can't afford to spend that life.
Resignation in 3, 2. Give me another this time.
Well, there is the colorless removal spell.
No,
Okay, no,
there.
but that's not enough. All right, we win the match. We deserve it. WUBRG Merfolk gets in there. Oh, good job, Pure Sight Marrow. Helping us find that gas. Help find that Master of the Pearl Trident in that other game. Really useful. Wistful Selkie in game 1. Drew us more gas. Overwhelmed the Eldrazi Tron player. And Jory N, she was so powerful, so strong, that it was worth taking with Thought Not Seer. Do not underestimate WUBRG Merfolk. So, we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank the manabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu and his brother playing WUBRG Merfolk in Modern.